Hey there everyone, this is Chef MKT, and welcome back to Let's Play Touhou Gensoumaroku, the Devil of Decline. Where's the patchouli mouse cursor? Here I am! Yay! Yay! Game? Oh, forgot to click on the game window. 1:32 hours. Okay then. I totally have not been grinding my face off the last few days. I totally have not. Okay, quick update on the grinding. Or a quick summary, rather. So let's take a look at what I've picked up. Bam! I picked up the Lesser Dragon. A lot of fun. Now, a little note about the Lesser Dragon and Melon-chan. Now, we know that Melon-chan's needle attack does high fixed damage, and it's physical based. The other thing that I forgot to note is that Slayer effects will stack on Melon-chan's needle attack. So if you use the Dragon Slayer sword, coupled with Melon-chan, you can pretty much one-shot a Lesser Dragon outright. So that makes farming it very, very easy. Okay, so we can see the Lesser Dragon here has very good stats for a physical attacker. HP, Strength, Vitality, and Pot. So a tanky physical attacker, rather. Very nice. Passives. Circle resistance against Fire, Ice, Earth, and Lightning. 10 physical defense, 10 attack, and plus 10% damage on breath attacks. So in a way, it's like an upgraded version of the Dragon Maid, and you'll see why. So here we have the level 2 breath attack, so this is for lightning, earth, ice, and fire, and it has 100 base power, so it's very nice. Finally, it learns this thing, which is, I believe is called Dragon Scale Shield. Yep. So basically what this does is it is a buff for your entire party, and will decrease damage from fire, ice, earth, and lightning. I'm not sure how long this lasts, but I want to say it's for one turn. That's what I think it does. Anyway, so that's done. The Greater Demon. The Greater Demon is a bit weird, because if you look at its stats, it is extremely high across the board. And then again, this thing is level 51, so that may be why. Anyway, so we have Star Resistance against Dark, and 33 HP regeneration when Dark is active in battle. Now, attacks. Bam. Demon Catastrophe? I think that's what it says. Well, that's Demon. I think that's... I don't know what that is there, but that's Demon right there. Let's see. So, 250 base power, full screen Dark attack. Okay, that seems very basic. That's Dark Breath, nothing to see there. Abyss, single target Dark attack, and whatever this is it is a full screen Dark attack with 140 base power. So this thing is obviously Dark oriented, obviously. Okay, next we have Sakya. Sakya. Bam. Okay, so now you have 20% chance to do a double attack, as well as minus 25% MP consumption on spells and skills that are based on time and space. Yep, that's pretty much what it says there. Yeah, so actually let's look at Sakya's stats. You have a good HP growth, strength, and dexterity. Okay, that's not bad actually. Okay, so this is a Sword Chaser. This is Time Stop, right here. So it has 50 base power, and it is a full screen Mystic Elemental attack, and it can cause stop. So we all know what that does at Genius of Sapphires. If you don't know, basically it will completely disable your character, period. It cannot do anything. Now, it's nerfed in this game, because I think if you actually hit the target, it will break them out of the time stop. It didn't do that in Genius of Sapphires, so yeah. And this attack hits 1 to 6 times, and this is Killer Doll. This hits 3 to 6 times. This one is good for Yakari killing. Okay. G3, you learned Perfect Chaser. That's all it learned, okay. Gabongle, I think that's what it's called. I'm going to call it the blue robot guy. It learns Icarus Cannon. Excuse me. It has a 300 base power, which is absolutely ridiculous, but it hits full screen and costs 30 MP. So yeah, that's kind of neat. What else do we have? We have Suwako. There we go. You got a new passive, 20 physical defense. Cherno also has a new passive, 1% chance to crit on ice magic attacks. Next we have Melanchan, very important. Upgraded her passive, it now has a plus 5% item drop rate. Then we have the Angel, also very important. Minus 1 turn cooldown on light-based attacks. I'll be abusing this like no tomorrow. Okay, finally we have Jinzo. Alerts 100 megavolt. So it is a single target, and if it works, it will basically take off 99% of their max HP. If it doesn't, it will only do 1. So yeah. Finally we have Marissa. Now, there's a couple of things I need to know about Marissa's final anchor here. So 1, final anchor is a field effect, or field skill, field magic. So it will drop an anchor onto the field, and after 2 turns, it will explode, dealing damage to all enemies. Now the damage here is very interesting. It is completely non-reducible in any way, shape or form. You can even kill Yakuris with this thing. It will deal like 1,000 damage. So yeah. Right, and the damage Final Anchor is based off of is your dexterity. Someone translated the Japanese wiki for me for this attack in particular, so thank you very much. So yeah, the higher dex you have, the more damage Final Anchor will do. Now, the other thing you need to note is that, where is it? Decorabia. Example, Decorabia. Its passive here gives you +1 turn duration on field effects, or field moves. So if you have Decorabia and Marissa on the same character, and you use Fauna Anchor, the Fauna Anchor will only do damage after 3 turns, and not 2. So whatever you do not have Marissa use Fauna Anchor if that character also has Decorabia or Kiane on them, because it will take 3 turns to explode and not 2, which you do not want, okay? Okay, next, item drops. Okay, so my Rainbow has the 7th Apocalypse, and you get that from the Azrael. I'll show you what that looks like in a second if you forgot. 172 physical attack, 82 accuracy, can decrease strength, and also hits enemies in a large area by chance. Next we have the Wyvern Spear from the Lesser Dragon. It has 124 physical attack, 87 accuracy, Slayer effects against dragons, reduces damage on breath attacks by 75%, and gives you 25 physical defense. An excellent spear to get, if I may add. Especially that defense modifier there, it's beautiful. Absolutely great. Next we have the Stormbringer from the Midnight enemy, which you can find in Chloe's area. 125 physical attack, 85 accuracy, Slayer effects against angels. A very good sword to get first if you want to hunt down the Azrael for the 7th Apocalypse, because this thing will destroy it very quickly. Small HP absorption on attacks, so it will heal your character if you deal damage. I think the ratio is around 1 to 10, so for every 10 damage you do, you gain 1 HP. I think that's approximately the ratio. It can vary a little bit. Circle resistance against dark attacks, and 70 HP regeneration when dark is active. Okay, finally we have accessories. I got myself another higher ribbon from the G3. Fantastic. And finally we have the meditation ring from some enemy in the Sanzu River. I'll show you that in a second. And we have the plus 20% experience accessory from the Metal Yakuri Marissa. Okay. That is all sorted out. That is everything that I have gotten over the several days of grinding that I did. Oh god. Okay, so finally, I did decide to use up my last Hachikuma and Adamantite on this armor here, because it gives me magic defense and pretty good physical defense as well. So I figured this was definitely worth it. Okay, so I want to craft a few things here. First of all, I want to craft my meditation ring and upgrade it. So now heal 2 MP every turn. And this accessory here gives me 50 HP regeneration per turn. I want one of those. And just for your information, this ring here gives you plus 3% experience for your party. And the accessory that you need, the training ring, you can get from the Dragon Maids. So you can hunt them down for this accessory here. I haven't bothered because I don't need that. Okay, so now I have a choice here because I only have one trapezohedron left. So I can either upgrade this accessory here that gives me minus 25% MP consumption on magic attacks, or physical attacks. From my knowledge, my magic users tend to not run out of MP, but my physical attackers can. So I'm going to get this one first, and if I get another trapezohedron from the ice giants, I'll probably upgrade this one here. Of course I need another gold bar, so I'm going to craft one of these. There. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so I need to show you the enemies that I was talking about. That would help. Whoops. X-Bot. There. Bam. Okay, so first one was the Azrael. Azrael. This is the Azrael here. Drops the 7th Apocalypse. And for some reason has a second item drop. I actually don't know what that is. That's actually rather interesting. I want to... but what does that do? That's a gold ingot. So is this like an upgraded version of the gold ingot or something? Oh, that's weird. I might have to keep an eye on that. That might be useful in the expansion. Okay, next I need to find the, what was the enemy called? It was this thing. The Midnight. Yeah, Midnight. So this thing drops the Starbringer. And what the heck is this item here? Oh, hang on, I want to see what this is. Give me a second, folks. And it starts from here. No. You know what? Forget it. I don't know what this item is, but whatever. I don't care. Next was Azrael, Midnight, and the Duda that drops the meditation ring. It's where is it? This guy. This guy drops the meditation ring. And since I upgraded it, I can now actually go find another one. So that'll be fun. I don't think I want to do that though, because 1 MP regeneration isn't all that great, to be quite frank. Okay, so let's go to the Fauna Tower, and then I'll go through my setup for the final boss. Okie doke, okie doke. So give me 1 second while I go to the very end. Okay guys, I am back, ready for the final fight. Now, the thing is, I read on the wiki what the boss does, so I haven't actually tested this party out in the actual fight, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, first of all, formation. Mako and Yomu will be my physical attackers, Reimu will be the tank, and these two will be my magic users down at the back. Excuse me. Now, if you notice here with my party, these are the first 5 characters that you get in Reimu's story. So I figured it would be fitting if I fight the final boss with these 5 characters. I can totally make it work. Ideally, I wanted to bring in Patchouli and have her be a sword user, but I don't know. It just didn't feel right. I wanted to use the original fight that I had in the beginning of the game. Okay, so, whoops, Reimu. So we have the 7th Apocalypse on her, for no reason. Aegis Shield, the Hades Armor, which I got from the Greater Demon, by the way. Circle Resistance against Slash Piece of Blunt, for those of you that don't remember. And the Hakare Ribbon. Because it's more important that Reimu doesn't get hit by a status effect like Petrification or something. Because I know the boss can do that. Now, I put on the Blue Robot guy, mainly for 2 reasons. Energy for emergency healing if I really need it, and this thing which allows the person that's targeted to go first, regardless of their speed. You'll see why in a bit, if I actually can have the chance to show you. Next we have Lyrica for generic buffs, nothing to see there, and Minoriko for healing. Now the reason why I picked Minoriko is specifically, I really hate to say specifically, I don't know why, if I don't get it right the first time, I'm going to struggle with pronouncing that word. It's just that word, I don't know why. Anyway, the reason why I chose Minorika is for her passive here, plus 20% recovery on healing spells, so that's really great. When coupled with the AoE healing, which is even better, because if you look at the formation that I picked, if you center the healing around Rainbow, it will heal everyone. So that's why I picked this formation as well, for the healing. Okay, next. Marissa. So basically, Rainbow's going to be the tank/support, keep everyone alive, and take damage. Okay, Marissa, we have the Wyvern Spear for basically for the extra physical defense. Then we have a generic shield. I picked this one because it has the highest block rate that I could get. Now, there was a shield that you can craft that in your suitcase that has a 90% block rate. If you want, you can craft that, but it does cost you an Orihauka. So, it's up to you if you want to use that Orihauka for that. Then we have the Mystic Resistance Robe here. This is pretty important because the boss does use Mystic Elemental attacks quite a bit. If you're not careful, you can die from it. So, highly advise you bring in Mystic Resistance on like 2 of your dudes at least. And finally, the Star Resistance against Light accessory. Now, the reason why I put this on is because the boss can use Magic Reflection, and I don't want Marissa to die because of that. So, yeah. So here we have the Machine Dragon. I'm going to be using this specifically for Evolution Breath only, because I can spam this every turn and it's very, very cost efficient. I'm never going to run out of MP on Marissa. Next, we have the Dragon Maid to increase the damage on breath attacks by 10%, as well as gives me some resistance against ice, fire, ice, earth, and lightning, because the boss can use some of those elements as well as we have Dragon Power here. I can buff either myself or my physical attacker for even more damage. So that's also good as well. Dragon Maid, very useful for that. And finally, Angel. Only putting this in here because I get -1 turn cooldown on light attacks. And if you look at Evolution Breath, 1 turn cooldown, add on the Angel passive, you can spam this every single turn. So yeah, that seems really silly. So I'm going to have fun with that. Yomo, we have... Just for funsies, I'm going to put on the ultimate weapon just to see how good it is. I could have also picked the Durandal here for additional light damage if I so chose. I could pick this if I want to do. I could also pick this if I want to do, but I just want to pick the ultimate weapon because I like seeing big numbers in my stats. So if you don't have the ultimate weapon, you could probably pick the Durandal. That's probably a good secondary choice. Then we have this shield here to protect my Yomo if she gets hit from anything ever at a 45% chance. We have the A Muscle for even more damage. And then we have the Star Resistance Mystic accessory, and I upgraded it to give me extra status to resist, just in case something weird happens. That will help prevent that, hopefully. Now the Lesser Dragon, I put this on for the resistances against the 4 basic elements, as well as giving pretty damn good stats all around. These are the stats that I want on my Yobo. Next, we have the Slime Duder. Now, the reason why I put this on is because it gives me Circle resistance against Slash, Pierce, and Blunts, but the boss only uses Slash for physical attacks, as well as 25 HP regeneration. So yeah, but it gives me weaknesses to fire and ice, but then I cover that weakness by using the Shark Dude here. It gives me circle resistance against ice and fire, and as well as gives me some pretty good stats here. So I have HP, Strength, and Dex. And as you can see, with the ultimate weapon, the accuracy is pretty low, so I need all the Dex I can get. The other thing you need to note here is that this attack here, it has a large minus power on a 1-turn cooldown, so that's pretty ridiculous. It's also pretty cheap, so I could spam this. Not only that, it also has an ice elemental attached to this, so you'll see why this is important later. Okay, now finally, we have Utsuho. Bam. We have the Rune Axe to reflect magic attacks. We have this shield here, which I believe I picked up from the Medusa. I can't quite remember where I got this shield, but this also can block against Mystic Elemental attacks at a 50% rate, so that's pretty good. Very useful to have if you have this. Next we have this armor that I crafted here for the magic defense mostly. And then we have an additional high ribbon here. Then we have Shizuha for buffs, as well as this thing here, which protects your entire party from 1 magic-based attack for 1 turn. Or not 1 turn, it just protects you for 1 magic attack hit. You'll see why this is important later. Next we have the Witch, the Fire Witch, mostly because of 1, Chaos Flare has 250 base power, which is very high. And second, it has Heat Weapon, so it has a secondary effect, secondary use as well, if I choose to use it. Next we have Star Sapphire, mostly for Spell Enhance. Also has Resurrection. So yeah, that's pretty much why I'm using Star Sapphire here, because that's Spell Enhance, Resurrection, and also Shooting Sapphire hits 1 to 4 times. Can hit more times if the light is active, and if I'm using Evolution Breath, Manipulates for Light, might help the damage output on the Sapphire shot. Next we have Mako. Bam! Kusanagi Sword for more tankiness and stats. Whatever shield I have left over, this one has 50% block rate, very nice. Then we have this armor here with 80 magic defense. You craft this from Rinosuke's shop. I feel that Mako doesn't need the physical defense, and I can cover that by using the Star Resistance against Slash. That will cover my lack of physical defense, but give me a major boost in magic defense. Next, we have the Beholder. 1, Circle Resistance against Mystic will help me out a little bit. 2, the Star Blade. Large power, adds a Mystic element to the attack. 10 MP, 1 turn cooldown. Very, very good to have. Very cost efficient and spammable. Next we have Lily White. Now the Gertrude, I think that's what it's called, the Gertrude spell here, whatever it is, it's basically the Resurrection field spell but a lot stronger. So I'm going to abuse the crap out of this. So I'm going to use this specifically for this field magic here. Next we have the Decarabia. Actually, I don't know why I had the Decarabia on here. Decarabia has pretty damn good stats all around. Oh right, because I wanted the +1 turn field effects for my Lily White field magic. It also has pretty good stats as well, but I'm thinking maybe can I? No, definitely not. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Decarabia mainly because of the stats and the passive for +1 turn duration on field effects. Okay, that's all set and done. Let's go take on the boss.